man suddenly started growing distant from me. I wondered what was going on. I would call my husband. I would say, darling, what is the problem? Why are you distant? He will tag it to be he's either fasting or he's being emotional about something. So when it's time for us to make love as husband and wife, before we usually do it almost all the time. In a week at least 3 times. But it became a situation whereby it, we now do it like once a week, sometimes once in 2 weeks, sometimes once a month. And when I even initiate making love with him, he will tell me that he's tired. I thought my husband was fasting for us, he was praying, it was just because of God. Meanwhile, our pastor's wife was a very close member of our family. She visits our family often. Now, in the past few months, she started coming to our house even more often than none. She used to come before. When she comes, she will sit with us, but she gist with my husband more than she gist with me. But I did not take anything to it because she's my pastor wife, she's my spiritual guide. Whenever I and my husband, we have problem in the house, she's the person I will go to. She's the one that will counsel me as my spiritual mother. I have no one else to go to. She's the only person I can turn to. She will counsel me. She will tell me, my daughter, you need to be a virtuous woman. You need to be faithful to your husband. You need to hold your home together. This is the advice that my pastor's wife will always give to me. I'm not the only woman she counsels in the church. Every other woman in the church, they look up to her as their spiritual mother because we see the holiness in her. She preaches to us. She preaches to everybody. So we cannot even think, when we say sin, we cannot associate sin with our pastor's wife because of how holy she is. 2 months ago, her visits to my home became frequent. It started from she will call me. She will say, I'm coming, oh. Are you at home? I will tell her, Mommy, we are at home, oh, come, we will come. She will come to the house. We will cook together. We will eat. But she'll be gisting with my husband. I'll be very happy. Then, when I go for my walk, sometimes I'll even leave her in the house. When I go for night shift like 7 p.m. So I'll just leave her in the house. I'll say, Mommy, I'm going to work. Oh. She'll say, my daughter, go where? She'll even pray for me. And I'll be so happy. One day, I came back from work. And I was knocking. Nobody answered. Then, after a few knocks, my husband came to open the door. He was wearing only his boxers and he was sweating. And then I asked him, darling, what's going on? Why are you sweating? The fan is on. He said nothing, that he was doing exercise. He was doing press up. That was why he was sweating. So I entered the room, but the smell in the room was not something I was familiar with. It smelled like a female perfume. I asked him, this perfume I'm perceiving here, where is it coming from? My husband said maybe it's my imagination, that I cannot perceive anything. I started suspecting my husband. That was uncommon. It was not something that I'm used to. It's not something that I've ever experienced. I started thinking, what could be going wrong? I now started suspecting my husband was seeing someone. But the person I was suspecting is not somebody that would have ever, in my widest imagination, believed that she would be the one. In fact, when I started suspecting my husband, I spoke to her. I told her, Mommy, see what is going on. I don't understand. This is what Mommy said, that I'm thinking too much about it. That I should not put my mind to it. I should just be praying for my home. But I want to scatter my home and my marriage. I said, okay, no problem, ma. But my mind was still not settled. I now decided to check his phone. But nothing was in his phone. That became even more strange. Because why is there no call log? Why is there no messages, even on WhatsApp? I was restless in my spirit, but I didn't have evidence. So anytime I tell my husband, I'm going for night, my husband was not even encouraging me to take more night shifts. Anytime I say I'm going for night shifts, my husband will become very happy. He will say, it's good. Go for your work. It's okay. is even good for you. I did not know my husband was doing all this because of his own ulterior motive. So 2 weeks ago, yes, this happened 2 weeks ago, went for a medical conference in Abuja. And in that medical conference, we were supposed to stay for 3 days in Abuja. So on the second day, the conference was cancelled. They told us the facilitator was sick, therefore we can go home the next day. But I chose to come back to Lagos that same day. I called my husband. I didn't tell him about the cancelled conference. I just called him. He told me that church activity is very strong, that he took our daughter to my mother. And he wants my mother to take care of her so that she will allow him, give him time and space to do his work. So that night, I got home by 9 p.m. When I got to the compound, I saw our pastor's wife's car. It was a white Camry. I know that car very well because the car always comes to my house. So I was surprised at that time of the night, that car was parked in our compound. But inside me, I was also happy at that. Mommy is here. Oh. Maybe we'll even gist together just as usual because she's like she's a mother to me. I call her mommy. She's a mother because she's my spiritual guide. So I entered inside the house. Nobody was in the sitting room. But I was hearing sound, morning sound, sounds from people making love, only for me to enter. And I saw my husband and my spiritual mother, our pastor's wife, doing it on our matrimonial bed. They were so carried away that they didn't even notice the sound I was making. Because immediately after I entered, after I started shaking, I quickly took some pictures. Something told me if I distract quickly, they would deny this thing. People, Christians, people will first believe the pastor before they believe. They will say, I'm a wicked person. I want to destroy the church. So I made sure I took few pictures. And immediately I started shouting. I started throwing things. I was shouting at them. I was raving. Mommy stood up. Immediately both of them stood up. Mommy stood up. She wanted to cover herself with the bed sheets. But the way I was throwing things at them, she could not. She knelt down. She was begging me naked. A woman I called mother, a spiritual woman, a woman I looked up to, knelt down naked, begging me, telling me not to tell anybody. She said I should not tell anybody, that I should please forgive her. I should not let it get outside of this place, that she will do anything for me. She will do what I want. That I was the devil. How can you be blaming the devil for your sins? He said it was the devil, that I should forgive. I cried so much. I am in so much pain as we speak. I do not know where to go to. I do not know where to start from. I cried. That night I didn't sleep a wink that night. Because after so much begging, my husband himself, he said it was the devil, that I should forgive him. I should not allow the devil come between us. I should not allow the devil to use us to destroy the church. This is a deacon in the church with the pastor's wife. If I was a bad woman, I would understand, but I was a virtuous woman because my pastor's wife guided me to be a virtuous woman. He told me that as a woman, I should be the one to manage my home, not knowing that she was the one that is going to destroy my home. I wailed. I cried. It was not easy. It was not easy for me at all. That night, I told my husband, you cannot sleep in this room with me. I sent him out of the room. He slept in the parlor. I sat on the bed. I could not even sleep. I was looking at the bed. I was looking at the pillow. This same bed where I sleep with my husband. This same bed where I conceived our daughter. Where we conceived our daughter. And my husband has held it with our pastor's wife. What a shame. The next day, I called our pastor. I called him. I told him I was coming. He asked if anything was happening. I said no. That I would see him and tell him what was going on when I get to his office. So I got to his office. I told my pastor, this is what happened. I caught your wife with my husband on our matrimonial bed. My pastor at first didn't want to believe. He asked me if I was sure. If I was sure that it was not the devil that was using me to come and destroy his home and destroy the church. That I should not lay false accusation. And then I showed him the pictures. Immediately I showed my pastor the pictures. He started crying. My pastor cried so much. I felt pity for the man. They have been married for 10 years. 10 years of marriage. And one scandal has ruined everything. Ruined everything that they've worked hard for. Ruined everything that they worked for. But my own pain was the loudest at that point. I didn't care about anybody. I told Pastor, I will not let this go. Because this woman was preaching on the altar for people to listen to. I will not let this go. Now my anger is, ever since I told Pastor this thing, Pastor has been trying to hide it. He did not say anything to me until 2 days ago. He called me to tell me that he will give me some money, that I should delete the picture. I should not say anything. And now I'm here to seek advice from people. For you people to tell me what I should do, because my mind is telling me I should not accept that money. That if I accept that money, I have committed sin against God.